In the ensuing days, the news tightens around the tech startup and the PR firm. Each lead, every clue further affirms the conspiracy we're uncovering. As we delve deeper, I can't shake off the feeling of being watched, an underlying current of danger creeping into my every move. One evening, in the newsroom, Margaret summons me to her office, her usually bright demeanor clouded with worry. I take a seat across her desk, her office, usually a hub of activity, eerily silent. "Chloe," she begins, her voice thick with unease, "there's something you need to know." A knot forms in my stomach as she reveals a damning piece of information. Our show's main sponsor is an investment company whose subsidiary had heavily invested in the tech startup. The news hits me like a punch, the room spinning around me. Our show, the very platform I'm using to uncover the deceit, is tied to the scam. I'm caught in the crossfire of corporate corruption and journalistic ethics. Margaret reads the shock on my face, her voice a hushed whisper, "I didn't know, Chloe. They kept us in the dark." The realization is a bitter pill to swallow. I feel betrayed, torn between my loyalty to the show and my commitment to the truth. I return to my desk, the newsroom noise fading into a low hum as I grapple with this unexpected turn of events. The words of my mentor echo in my mind, "Remember, Chloe, in our line of work, truth always comes with a price." The price of truth, it seems, is heavier than I imagined. The lines between allies and enemies blur, trust becomes a scarce commodity. I'm on an island, surrounded by the tumultuous sea of deceit, with the beacon of truth my only guiding light. Late that night, in the quiet solitude of my apartment, I pore over the documents again, searching for a way out. Alex, ever patient, sits beside me, his silence a comforting presence. Suddenly, a particular transaction catches my eye, a major investment made right before the PR stunt. The investor's name sends a shiver down my spine, a pseudonym I recognize, linked to a man I trusted, my source at the PR firm. With a sinking feeling, I realize the truth. My whistleblower, the source who'd set me on this path, was a part of the scam. In this twisted game of deception, I feel like a pawn, manipulated by unseen hands. Betrayed and deceived, the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. But one thing is clear, this web of deceit is more personal than I thought. I'm not just fighting for truth anymore, it's become a battle for survival. The pursuit of truth has become a labyrinth of betrayals, and I'm at its very heart, ready to fight back. I wake up the next day, my world turned on its head. Betrayal and deceit have become my constant companions. In the cold light of dawn, my resolve hardens. I've been manipulated, used, but I won't be broken. Time to play offense, I whispered to myself, returning to my corkboard. Over the next few days, I delve deeper, follow the money trail even further, and the conspiracy unfolds like a sinister story. Investments, insider trading, market manipulation, all part of a sophisticated scheme to inflate the tech startup's worth. And at the heart of it, high-ranking executives and my once trusted whistleblower. Sharing my findings with Tom, we strategize, each revelation a stepping stone to our goal, exposing the truth. We start discreetly reaching out to the authorities, providing them with crucial evidence. However, as we delve deeper, we are not unnoticed. Shadowy threats start creeping in. Anonymous emails warning me to back off, veiled threats masked as friendly advice. But I'm in too deep to back out now. One night, I return home late to find my apartment turned upside down, my research papers scattered, my hard drive missing. The message is clear, I've touched a nerve. Frustration wells up inside me. I'm up against a shadowy enemy, their reach far beyond my anticipation. But this violation of my personal space, it fans the flames of my resolve. Enraged and driven, I pour myself back into my investigation. I trace the threads of deceit, follow the leads with a single-minded determination. Each day uncovers another piece of the puzzle, revealing the depth of corruption and greed. However, the stakes rise exponentially. One evening, a key contact within the investment firm disappears, another ominous sign of the lengths the culprits would go to cover their tracks. Faced with mounting threats and disappearing leads, I realize the gravity of the situation. This isn't just about a news story anymore. This is about exposing a corruption network that stretches into the heart of our corporate world. Yet, as I wade deeper into this cesspool of corruption, a glimmer of hope emerges. The authorities, led by a determined FBI agent, Julia Hernandez, start closing in, bolstered by our provided evidence. I find an unexpected ally in Julia, her determination mirroring mine. In a world tainted by greed and corruption, we form an unspoken bond, two women battling against the tide, steadfast in our pursuit of justice. At the edge of the abyss, as the darkness tries to pull me in, I remain unyielding, my resolve unwavering. I know now, there's no turning back. I must descend into the heart of this darkness to drag the truth out into the light. As the net around the corrupt network tightens, I find myself at the heart of an ethical storm. The intricate weave of corporate deceit is unraveled thread by thread, revealing a picture far more sinister than I'd imagined. With each passing day, the stakes grow higher, the pressure mounts, and I find myself on the edge of a crisis. In a stark meeting room, surrounded by the network's legal team, we contemplate our next steps. The air is thick with tension, every word weighed down by the magnitude of our decision. "Chloe," Margaret says, her voice echoing in the hushed room, "we need to handle this delicately. Any misstep can cause an uproar that will be hard to contain." "But we cannot cover this up either," I reply, my voice firm. "The public has a right to know the truth." The room falls silent, everyone aware of the difficult decision we must make. To expose the truth means possibly inciting a public uproar, risking the show's reputation, and maybe even our careers. To remain silent means betraying the trust of our audience. I feel torn, trapped between my duty to my audience and my loyalty to the network. This story, which started as a simple assignment, has evolved into a battle of integrity. One evening, after a particularly heated meeting, I find myself in my apartment, staring blankly at the evidence sprawled out on my table. The intricate web of corruption spreads out before me, the magnitude of it making me feel small and insignificant. Alex comes up behind me, wrapping his arms around my waist, his presence a comforting balm. He doesn't say anything, his silence understanding my turmoil. "I don't know what to do, Alex," I confess, my voice barely a whisper. "I'm caught between my duty and loyalty." He turns me around, looking deep into my eyes. "Chloe, remember why you became a journalist. Remember the Chloe who believed in the power of truth." His words echo in the silence of the room, stirring something within me. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of my decision. I spend the night pondering, grappling with my conscience. The early morning light finds me at my table, my decision made. The pursuit of truth, which had led me down this complex labyrinth, will now guide me out. With a newfound resolve, I decide to stand by my principles, to expose the truth. It's a decision that could change everything, yet I know it's the right one. Standing on the precipice of a crisis, I choose the path of integrity, ready to face whatever lies ahead. The pursuit of truth, I realize, is not just a choice, but a calling. And I will not let it be silenced. As the day of the broadcast arrives, the tension is palpable. We've been working tirelessly to finalize the exposé, ensuring every fact is double-checked, every statement meticulously verified. The newsroom, usually buzzing with energy, is uncharacteristically hushed. 5 minutes, Chloe, a production assistant whispers, her eyes wide with anticipation. I nod, feeling the weight of the moment. The truth that we've fought so hard to uncover is about to be revealed. As I take my place at the anchor desk, I catch a glimpse of Margaret in the control room, her expression a mix of anxiety and determination. "Ladies and gentlemen," I begin, my voice steady, "today, we bring you a story that tests the very ethos of our profession, the commitment to truth." With that, I launch into the exposé. The intricate web of deceit and corruption, the machinations of the powerful, the betrayal of public trust all laid bare. The truth, which was once shrouded in secrecy, now shines in the harsh light of revelation. I end the broadcast with a pledge: we, at the morning show, remain committed to the truth, to our viewers, and to the integrity of journalism. We apologize for the inadvertent part we played in this deception, and we promise to do better. The silence in the newsroom is deafening when the cameras switch off. Then, almost in unison, a thunderous applause erupts. The relief is palpable, the fear of backlash overshadowed by the pride of standing up for the truth. In the aftermath, the reaction is swift. The story triggers a domino effect: the implicated executives are arrested, the tech company's stocks plummet, and a thorough investigation into the PR firm is launched. I watch as the consequences unfold, the impact far-reaching. There's a sense of vindication, yet it's tinged with a sobering realization: the cost of truth. In the following days, our story sparks a nationwide debate about ethics in journalism and corporate governance. It brings about a reckoning, prompting introspection within our industry and beyond. The narrative shifts, and the conversation about journalistic responsibility and integrity takes center stage. Throughout it all, I stand my ground, my decision to expose the truth unwavering. The path was fraught with danger and deceit, yet in the end, the truth prevails. In the twilight of the scandal, I find a quiet moment of reflection. The pursuit of truth, I realize, isn't a straight path. It's a labyrinth of challenges, of ethical dilemmas and personal sacrifices. Yet, as I stand in the aftermath, the price of truth doesn't seem too high. The resolution is bittersweet, the victory hard-won. Yet, in the end, truth prevails. The dawn of truth, it seems, always follows the darkest night. And as a journalist, I am just a humble beacon guiding the way towards it. In the weeks that follow, the aftermath of the exposé sets in. The dust settles, but the echoes of the scandal continue to reverberate, forever changing the landscape of my world. My initial trepidation about the public reaction gives way to a surge of support, letters and messages flooding in, applauding our courage. I watch as the legal system takes its course, the guilty executives held accountable. The tech industry experiences a seismic shift as regulations tighten, and a more stringent approach to transparency is adopted. Back at the network, there's a palpable shift in the atmosphere. The incident has shaken us, forced us to reevaluate our practices. The newsroom buzzes with discussions about stricter fact-checking and robust ethical guidelines. We understand now, more than ever, the critical role we play in the grand scheme of things. At a board meeting, Margaret addresses the staff. "We've learned a hard lesson," she says, her voice solemn. "Our viewers trust us to deliver the truth. We owe it to them to do better, and we will." The network institutes new protocols, thorough cross-verification processes are established, a testament to our renewed commitment to journalistic integrity. I find myself at the heart of this transformation, my experience serving as a cautionary tale, my pursuit of truth a beacon of change. My personal life, too, undergoes a transformation. My relationship with Alex deepens, our bond strengthened by the trials we've weathered together. He stood by me through the storm, his support unwavering, his faith in me unshaken. One evening, as we sit in the quiet comfort of our home, he takes my hand, his eyes reflecting a profound love. "Chloe, you've been a beacon of truth in a world that often prefers to stay in the dark. I am so proud of you." His words warm me, reinforcing the rightness of my decision. We've navigated the storm together, and in the calm aftermath, our love thrives. As I continue my journey, the echoes of change reverberating around me, I look back at the path I've tread. The scandal, the exposé, the repercussions, they have irrevocably changed me. I've seen the underbelly of deceit, faced the consequences of truth, and emerged stronger. Through it all, one thing remains constant: my commitment to the truth, to the principles of my profession, and to the trust of my viewers. In the face of adversity, I've learned the true power of journalism and the responsibility it holds. The aftermath is not just a conclusion, but a new beginning. A beginning where journalistic integrity stands stronger, where truth is non-negotiable, and where deceit meets its reckoning. As I navigate this new reality, the echoes of my journey serve as a reminder of the past, a guide for the future, and a testament to the enduring power of truth. Months have passed since the scandal and the subsequent revelation that shook the very core of our network and the tech industry at large. We have weathered the storm, and like the phoenix, we rise from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and more committed than ever. My journey has come full circle. From the naive excitement of covering the tech innovation story to the gut-wrenching revelation of deception and my relentless pursuit of truth, I have evolved. I have learned about the darker sides of the industry I love and the strength that resides within me. In the quiet of the newsroom, long after the last broadcast of the day, I find myself reflecting on my journey. Amidst the awards and accolades for investigative journalism that now decorate my office, the greatest reward is the knowledge that I stood for the truth when it mattered the most. I am pulled from my reverie by the sound of the newsroom door opening. In walks a group of interns eager to learn, eyes shining with the same enthusiasm that I remember in my early days. "Miss Dawson," one of them calls out, a hint of awe in her voice. "We were hoping you could share some of your experiences with us." I look at their hopeful faces, and I am reminded of my responsibility. Not just as a correspondent but as a mentor. The lessons I learned from the scandal are invaluable, and it is my duty to pass them on. So, I share my journey. I talk about the highs and the lows, the successes, and the mistakes. I speak about the importance of integrity, about the need to question, to probe, and never to take anything at face value. I end my talk with a simple yet powerful message: as journalists, we are the torchbearers of truth. Our duty is not just to inform, but to question, to dig deeper. Always remember, your allegiance is to the truth, no matter the cost. The silence that follows is filled with reflection. I can see a spark in their eyes, a resolve forming. It's a sight that gives me hope. My journey has not been easy. There were moments of doubt, fear, and crisis. But looking back now, I wouldn't change a thing. The scandal, the investigation, the fallout, it all led me to this moment, a moment of understanding, of conviction. I look at the young faces before me, the future of journalism, and I feel a renewed commitment to my profession. No matter where this path takes me, I know one thing for sure: I will continue to chase the truth, to expose the wrongs, and to uphold the principles of journalism. For in the end, it's not about the glory or the recognition, it's about making a difference. It's about the power of truth in journalism. As I close the chapter on this tumultuous period of my life, I hold on to the lessons learned, the relationships forged, and the resolve strengthened. I step into the next phase of my career with renewed vigor, an unwavering commitment to truth, and the knowledge that my journey is far from over.